Hey guys, so over this past month, I've gone nuts on HeroQuest. I bought most of the quest packs that are available, as well as a few of the extra sort of heroes. And as you can see, I'm improving the gameplay, visually that is anyway, by 3D printing bits and pieces out to make things, let's say, a bit more pleasing on the eye, a bit more easier and convenient for gameplay. And yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. Obviously, a 3D printed board makes a big difference. Having all these walls, everything's magnetised as well. So that's awesome. There's a full video out, guys, if you want to see me making this board and obviously where you can get the bits and pieces from. And I'm also 3D printing a few extra sort of heroes here and there. One of the main reasons for this is I love clear bases. So you'll often hear me talking about clear bases because I love to see what's below them. And as you can see, when they're standing there from a distance, you can't even see them on a base. But I've also been doing this with the HeroQuest miniatures. I've been cutting off the bases, as you can see here with the nice ogre. Again, there's another video out for this guy, and his mates, and well, his other brothers. So yeah, also doing it to, well, I'm going to be doing it to every sort of miniature I now do and use and play in HeroQuest. But this video is all about what I'm going to do with the dice. And again, it's just sort of little things here and there I like to do, just to make the gameplay a bit more nicer, a bit visually appealing. And in this one, as you can see, I've made up some little, well, dice box holders. And well, orange is my favourite colour for those who weren't aware. So yeah, these dice will be the ones that I will be using. Generally I'm like a DM sort of kind of guy, or Zargon, which is why I like to make all these things, well, nicer for me and for the players. So as you can see, yeah, it's got magnets in there, so when the lid goes on, yeah, it stays together, which is just awesome. So I could normally 3D print something like this, because obviously I love 3D printers, but I fancy something different, and it's this. And I still can't believe you can get a laser for your own home. So guys, I will sort of joke about this because I say it does seem nuts that they let someone like me, a big kid, mess about with lasers. These are serious things. They can do damage because, well, there's a real laser in there. So take all the safety precautions you need to, guys. But the one I'm using is from Two Trees. It's a TTS20 Pro. I'll leave a link down below, guys, where you can see more details on this. As you can see, really easy to use. There's a few things you need to plug in. I'm using some 3mm plywood here, and yeah, this thing, it cuts like a dream. So I'm using Lightburn, that's the software I'm using, nice and simple, again nice and easy. Only a few settings to really sort of be wary of here, and that's obviously how much power and the speed you're using. As depending on what numbers you use there, you either cut through the wood or you can sort of etch into it. And as you can see here, I've got two different numbers, and that's because the outer lines I am going to cut, and the logo you just saw there, yeah, I'm going to etch that. So this, guys, I have put this on my Patreon page if you want to download this to sort of print these out, or you cut these out even. So I've obviously sped this up by quite a bit. I think it's about 18 minutes in total. But the great thing is, obviously, you push a few buttons and then away it goes, and then you just carry on doing other things. But say, this is what I love. 3D printers in your own home, laser engravers in your own home. And you say, for someone like me, a big kid, this is just amazing that I can build things. Obviously in my younger days, Blue Peter was my go-to, but that was all about sticky back plastic and cardboard boxes. Whereas, yeah, things have changed amazingly, albeit obviously for the better, because now, yeah, it really is like having a toy shop in your own living room. As mentioned though, guys, when you use this, you take your own safety precautions. I'm not going to go through my videos and tell you exactly what you need to do, what you need to not do. Yeah, use common sense when using these kind of things. So 19 minutes later, and yeah, it's done an amazing job. Everything has come out really, really well. Obviously this thing, it cuts like butter, so you get nice, crisp, clean edges, which is just great. I'm going to say this is only 3mm sort of wood, so you probably could cut it with a scalpel or a blade, but you wouldn't get the nice straight edges like this, and the fact you can cut out loads of pieces in one go, which is just amazing. So yeah, guys, don't forget to check out the link down below to this laser engraver, and you'll be able to find out much more about it, all the technical details and all the rest of it. Although this one, guys, the one I'm using currently here, I have got this on my eBay page. As I always say, I'm working out of my living room, so I don't really have a lot of room for stuff. Yeah, I've got a spare table, so whenever I am sent anything new, I put it on there, I use it, and then it goes in the cupboard or I put it on eBay. So yeah, just to say, guys, this was sent to me by Two Trees, but they don't tell me what to say. They don't even tell me what to make. They just send me the product and said, there you go. If you can use it on your channel, great. and well, here I am using it on my channel. So as you can see, a variety of glue here, because obviously it is wood, but I'm going to go with the super glue purely because, well, it bonds it a lot quicker. If you're in no rush, then yeah, use the wood glue, because obviously it's a lot cheaper, or the PVA glue. But yeah, for time, speed, all the rest of it, I'm going to go with good old super glue, as it means I don't have to wait any time at all for everything to dry and yeah, go fully cured and all that sort of business. And yeah, here it is, all put together. So it didn't take long at all. So it went together really well, but as you can see from the edges, there are a few bits that don't quite line up, well, as nice or as neat as they should. This is where I would love to have a woodworking area and a good old belt sander or whatever it is, but as I haven't, I've just got a bit of sandpaper. Well, it's meant to go on one of those orbital disc jobbies. And yeah, just using this just to smooth the edges that little bit more, just because, well, I want to make things as neat and as perfect as I can. I appreciate I can't always do that because, like everything, you need the right tool for the right job. Sometimes we haven't got the right tools, so we just sort of bodge it and whatever. So yeah, using magnets. I love using magnets. Any excuse for me to use a magnet in any project or anything I build, then yeah, I'm going to have a go at sticking magnets in, because I think they're just amazing. And obviously a great way for keeping things together, but in a way that you can then pull them apart, which is just awesome. If you are new here and like what I do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, as I do produce a good 1, 2, maybe even 3 videos a week, as I do this full time and I absolutely love what I do. I really am a big kid sitting at my desk messing about making things. So good old matte black primer here. Normally use this to obviously prime miniatures. So we're going to prime the wood. Not too sure how it's going to go, because obviously wood is kind of porous, so it does sort of like, well, soak up paint. But as you can see, yeah, that matte black has done an awesome job. I did go over it twice. Probably didn't need to, because the first coat was really good. I just gave it a second one just in case things did start sinking in. And then for the colour scheme, yeah, keeping it simple. Didn't really do too much to this. So I got some good old copper there. A bit of dry brushing, just to give it like a bit of an aged kind of look. As yeah, I didn't want it to be too garish or bright or even like a solid colour. I do love dry brushing, just it does give things a bit more of an old, ancient, worn, knocked sort of look. And yeah, as you can see, yeah, it's exactly what I'm doing here. Plus if you do it all in one direction, it almost gives it like a bit of a scratched look, which yeah, I really like. I say, and again, nice and simple, because I do like things that are nice, simple and effective. And dry brushing, yeah, it's certainly one of those. So for the insides, as I wanted to look nice again, just visually for me, I like things to look sort of appeasing. So yeah, so I've gone with some felt. I've used felt before in the past, but this stuff is a nightmare to cut. You need scissors that are as sharp as, well, as sharp can be. But I thought I'd have a go at using the laser engraver. Never done it before, and I wasn't too sure quite what would happen, because obviously the laser engraver, it kind of burns things. But I turned the settings right down, and yeah, lo and behold, it cut this felt perfectly. And I have to admit, guys, I am more excited about how well it's cut the felt than the wood, because yeah, wood I've cut before using a laser engraver, but this felt stuff, I've only used it a few times on projects. Say, had to try and cut it with scissors, been a nightmare. But knowing that I can put this through the laser engraver on a real low setting, because as you can see, there's no sort of burn marks, no scorch marks, no nothing. It's come out beautifully. So yeah, the one thing I really love about this project is the fact I can cut felt. As sad as that may be, it's true. So yeah, putting the felt in, I'm going to use PVA glue for this, just because when you use super glue, it can go rock hard, and yeah, it's not nice. Whereas good old PVA glue, yeah, you put it in, it sort of soaks up into the thingy. It still stays nice and soft. Obviously, it gives you a bit more time as well to sort of maneuver it into the exact position. But as you can see, yeah, these bits were cut out using the same template that I cut the holes out of the bits of wood. So I knew they were going to fit perfectly. And yeah, they do. And again, I just love it. So you're going to see a lot more projects that's going to have felt in it. Just because now I can cut out any kind of shape, size, intricate sort of patterns. And yeah, it's going to come out perfectly. So it's the same sort of thing with the top bit, and again, it's the same template I used to cut out the hole in the little wooden bit, so I knew it was going to fit perfectly without having to sort of adjust it or rearrange it or do different measurements. And yeah, it's come out beautifully. And there we go. So nice and simple. So the dice are in there. There's one set for me and the other set for the players. I will eventually get round to trying to make one of these for every player so that everyone can use them. So obviously you can use the lid as the holder or dice sort of holder. You can't throw the dice too hard because they'll just sort of fly out. But yeah, love how it looks. So the last thing to do is a little bit of paint on the HeroQuest logo, as I do like the look of it as it is, but I think the HeroQuest logo should sort of stand out a little bit. Keeping it nice and simple though, just obviously painting it with some yellow. Well, when I get enough on my brush, probably could use the bigger brush. And I know guys, those that do a lot of painting will be saying, God, you don't have to use a small brush when you could be using a big one. You're quite right, but I generally, yeah, I like a little brush just because, well, I don't know really. I know I'm not going to make as many mistakes if I use a smaller brush. There is going to be less paint and whatever. So this, I did do 2 coats of this. The first one, yeah, it did kind of sink in a little bit. So the second one, yeah, made it nice and colourful. And then using a darker, sort of more vibrant yellow, just to go into the centre of the top part of the letters, just to add that little bit of 3D look, like it does in the actual HeroQuest sort of logo. And yeah, I'm very pleased with how everything came out. Last little bit, I used a nice sort of orangey colour just in the centre lines. Again, this is, if you look at the actual HeroQuest logo, this is kind of how it looks because it has that sort of 3D sort of shaded look to it. And yeah, there you go, 2 dice holders as well as dice boxes. Yeah, made in no time at all. Love how they look. Love the fact that I can laser cut felt. Guys, I can't really express it enough that this is a game changer for me. And yeah, any opportunity I can see to use some felt now, I am going to be using some felt. And a project I will be working on soon is a way of sort of carrying my miniatures, but also displaying them. So it's going to kind of be a display case, carry case. Yeah, if that makes any sense. So obviously now I have got quite a few miniatures that are painted, and obviously I want to paint up loads more, especially with the clear bases. Yeah, I want a nice way of displaying them. So here's one of the newer heroes I've got, and as you can see, yeah, I've cut the base away. The video will be out on this, well, once I've painted him, showing obviously me cutting the base and then painting him. But yeah, I am going to be cutting the bases off all the HeroQuest miniatures, just because, well, I love the miniatures and I want to have clear bases. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that great stuff. You guys take care. See you in the next one. Bye now.